and we're starting to gradually see those come through. There's a lot of jobs within BSR currently, and we really see it's second year loaded for us moving into 2027, and we're very excited about the future, as you can see by this particular first order.
Hello, you're watching Proactive. I'm joined by Simon Deacon, the CEO of Light Science Technologies. Simon, very good to speak with you. Could you start by providing some further details of the order?
Good morning, Stephen. Yeah, absolutely we can. The order is for the new acquisition that we did only a couple of weeks ago, which is Injectaclad acquisition, and it's to provide the material and supply to one of our 11 installers for a 5-storey building, which is a residential block. And it's a circa of £410,000. So it's a nice size order, and it's the first one that we've received since the acquisition. So we're really pleased with progress.
Why was LSTH chosen for the contract, Simon? What sets Injectaclad apart from other solutions?
The real difference for us as Injectaclad is that there's no need to remove the facade of a building. There's a cavity barrier within, there's a cavity within a building, and it needs the right fire protection from spreading up through the building. So no removal of facade. It's much faster than removing a facade. And obviously the cost is much less. So you're looking about 10 times less cost. You're looking at it being 6 or 7 times quicker. And also, we don't necessarily need scaffolding. We can do it with mutes. All the work is done from the outside of the building. So we're not disturbing the current occupancy of the building. So it's much quicker. And so we're really pleased with the contractor who's won this actual work and we're supplying the material into.
Can we expect more of the same following the Injectaclad acquisition?
Yeah, this is going to be the first of many. We've got 11 installers nationwide, and we're here to support them. We're one of those installers, and we've been installing the Injectaclad material for some years as one of the first installers to do so. But we want to make sure that we're here for all of the other installers, support them with technical information, and provide them, winning contracts as we're a unique solution out in the field.
And Simon, can you maybe take a step back and summarize the benefits of the Injectaclad acquisition?
As I mentioned, you're not having to remove the facade of a building. So it's a much cleaner process. You can use lifts and mutes from the outside, so it doesn't have to have scaffolding around. It's much quicker. So those occupancy of that building, you're reducing, you haven't got to enter the building. It's all done from the outside. So the speed of the process and the cost is much reduced. And those are the key benefits. The other key benefit really is that, the material expands 20 times its size into the building if the building was ever to catch fire. And it's been tested by Warrington Fire over 100 different technical tests, which really gives it that third-party accreditation that people look for.
Simon, how's the project pipeline developing across the 11 different installers?
It's really interesting. We only acquired the business and completion 2 weeks ago. And what we're seeing is a strong quoted pipeline from those installers. And we estimate that to be around 130 million of quoted business throughout all of those 11 installers. Ourselves, we've got 20 million as an installation company, and we can only see this growing as over 40,000 buildings here in the UK require remedial work and fire protection putting in them.
Simon, what effects is the Building Safety Regulator having on market conditions for the PFP division? Do you see things improving?
The BSR, Building Safety Regulator, has had a huge impact over the last 12 months. And that's due to the fact that, the government has been moving the department from the Health and Safety Executive, which it was in until January the 26th, where it moved to the Housing and Ministry, and it's created its own sort of independent division there. And that's really good news. So what we've seen is the BSR starting to get and develop a good structural plan, employ the right people to make decisions. And what they're looking to do and are doing is got a program and a process that they want to speed up the process. Applications go in and processing those to actually giving us answers to start those program of events. So what we're seeing is that, with 12 or 8 weeks turnaround, and we're starting to gradually see those come through. There's a lot of jobs within BSR currently, and we really see it's second year loaded for us moving into 2027. And we're very excited about the future, as you can see by this particular first order.
And also the next steps in the Injectaclad integration plan.
What we want to see is get to know the installation teams, the 11 contractors that we've got, get to understand the work that they do and how they do it and how we can support. And then from there, we will build up a larger team within Injectaclad to do that support, help them through the BSR. And we're doing an awful lot of training so that people get to understand what our product's about, what benefits it gives, and so that more specification can happen for the product Injectaclad throughout all that building stock of over 40,000 buildings.
Well, congratulations on this first order, Simon. Thank you very much for your time today.
Thank you, Stephen.
Simon Deacon, the CEO of Light Science Technologies.